Thank you so much for downloading the episode. On the show today, Paula and I are planning our weekend trip to Vegas. And planning seems to be the hardest part. Hopefully we'll make it in one piece. We also discuss Halloween. Are we handing out full-size bars this year? What are the costumes? How are we handling it? All of this, plus the H-Ugly and Awkward Moments of the week with kids and costumes. Thank you so much. Shop lipandclip.com. Enjoy the show.
It's another uncensored look at the world around you from sisters who will say just about anything to anyone at any time. It's the Uggs. Jamie?
I only have friends that are related to me and they're required to love me.
Paula?
I don't want to be flung to my death.
Uncensored as always, it's time for the ugly truth.
Welcome to the Ugly Truth.
Sisters Who Podcast.
We are Sisters Who Podcast. I'm Jamie with my sister Paula. So the show officially drops on Halloween, but we're obviously recording it before that. In addition to this week being Halloween, I am gifting the gift of party to you, my sweet sister, for your birthday this year. We are going to Vegas this weekend.
Yay!
Viva Las Vegas. So I have not been to Vegas with you ever.
Yeah, I know.
So it should be fun. I know that you're a degenerate gambler, but budgetary constraints will limit your ability to do so.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to do any gambling.
None?
Probably not. I don't have any money. So
we are staying at the Aria Hotel, which it's fancy.
It is.
Producer Deb has been assisting me getting this trip coordinated because we're not just going to Vegas. I wanted some special extras because it's for your birthday. And I obviously, when we turn the age you're turning this year, 40-fo or 30-fo, I should say.
Yeah.
We gift each other as sisters, the four of us, we've gifted each other the Tiffany bracelet.
Yes.
And we all have one and you're getting one this year, just not on this trip.
No, because technically my birthday is not until December. So.
Right. But I mean, it's so close to November. I was like, well, I could gift it to her, but it's Vegas and I just would rather not stress about you wearing a Tiffany bracelet.
No, what if it got lost or something like that?
Or in baggage or I don't know. Paula, we're so awkward. I don't even know how we're going to make it from point A to point B all weekend. I'm worried.
I know. Thank God it's a direct flight.
Oh, Paula, we can't do connectors. I did a connecting flight with Daryl to New York, and I swore it would be the last time I did that. I said, I'll pay the extra money. We're not doing connections. I'm bad at this.
You need like the accompanied minor with the big plastic necklace on there.
I need
someone
to
walk you to your next
Right. I need the lanyard that says, hello, my name is Jamie. I require assistance. And then people at the airport, hi, Jamie, do you know where you're going? No, I don't. I'm lost. Where am I?
Would you like to view the cockpit with the captain?
Yes, I would. Here's some wings.
Oh my, hello, come in.
Why, hello. Anyway, so we have been upgraded a bit for our trip. We are going to have basically the first class of Southwest Airlines.
Oh, I didn't know Southwest had something like that.
Well, you can pay to board first.
Oh, thank God.
So we'll be one of the first 15 people to board the plane. So we'll get window and aisle, front of the plane kind of seating, which is nice.
Good.
So that'll be good. So for sure we'll sit together and we won't be in the back of the plane, which is like my biggest, I hate it so bad.
I hate sitting behind the jet. It is so loud.
And it smells. You can smell the exhaust.
I just don't want to look at the wing. If something goes bad, I just don't want to see it.
Just our luck, we'll see the gremlin on the wing and
something. I don't know.
And by the way, I mean, I don't want to say it, but I have to say it. There was a plane crash this week.
But it was in Asia, so I just somehow think that's different. I don't know.
And not only that, they flew a plane that had a malfunction the day before. They're just like, It's fine. Put some duct tape on it. And they flew the plane, and it immediately crashed into the sea.
I don't know. I just try not to think
So
about
I think we're good, though. Southwest is pretty good. I'm not concerned. And all the problems they were having last winter seem to be resolved.
With those engines, just burning out in the sky.
Yeah, falling out of the sky. I don't think that's going to happen to us. So anyway, so we're going to have we have pre-boarding. We're already checked in. We don't even need to check in. We literally will be getting our boarding passes via email. We don't even have to stress about anything. And that includes coming home as well. So if we forget on Saturday to check in, we won't have to. They're literally going to send us a notification and say, okay, you're all checked in for your flight tomorrow. So we won't even have to worry about any of that. Producer Deb asked me that last night. He goes, do you want me to upgrade you guys so that you don't have to worry about checking in yourself on Saturday for your Sunday flight? And I said, that would be a humongous help because I'll forget. Or I'll be so paranoid that I won't do anything. I'll just be sitting there waiting to check in on the flight. And then we'll say, we have no connection. Oh my God, we're in the C group.
That would be me. I'll stay up until midnight and just waiting to check in because, I don't want to end up in, some dumb group that, we're by the bathrooms, 3 seats or 3 rows apart.
We are the dumb group, Paula. And I have sat in the back row at a Southwest, and you can smell the poo when people take a giant dump, which some fool always does on a plane.
It's an hour-and-a-half flight.
It's always some large human that wanders in there and just unloads. And it's like something about the altitude just stimulates their butt, and they have to go in there and just, share it with the world. I hate it.
Pressurizes their stomach.
I literally shut down. I don't know how anyone can be that excited about being on a plane. I could have a pot of coffee and not have a bowel movement on a plane.
Yeah, there's many occasions to where I do that in everyday life. What am I talking about?
When I've been under severe distress and I'm not in my home, I've gone days without having a bowel movement. So I'm not real worried about it.
I asked Victor the other day, I'm like, should I take this laxative? He's like, well, how long's it been? I'm like, I don't know, like a week? He's like, yes.
Okay, so speaking of laxative, I have IBS. It's not an uncommon thing. I have it. It's stress-induced, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I have my annual physical this week, and I feel kind of constipated. Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking about taking a laxative to kind of just clean everything out so that so when he because I can't tell you how many times he's gone, wow, your guts are real gurgly today. And I'm like, well, what else is new? It would be nice for that not to be. And so I thought about taking one. And then, of course, Daryl wanted to have sex. I'm like, okay, this probably isn't a good idea. I'll probably have to just hold off on the
You're like that couple. He's like, hey, you want to have sex? She's like, oh, I'm just really constipated right now.
I'm constipated. Do you really want to have sex? Well, now.
Not now.
Yeah, exactly. So pre-boarding, which is great. Pre-flight check-in, so we don't have to rely on ourselves to do any of that stuff. It's amazing what money will take care of for you. You can be super irresponsible as long as you can pay for it. It's great. So on that same vein, the Aria has an upgrade that you can do since we're staying in one of their suites. They have an upgrade that you can add on. So we are going to be picked up at the airport by the hotel.
No way.
Yes. And it's probably a limo or an Escalade or something. So when we go down after we get our luggage, because I have to check a bag.
I have to check.
Yeah.
I have to check my life.
Exactly. So when we get down with our luggage, there will be a person with minor on a sign, and that will be our person. And we'll go, I know.
We should take a picture of him. No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely. Well, Daryl's like, you should just put Uggs on there so you can find it. And I'm like,
that would be funny.
I'm like, I don't know. I said, that seems kind of odd. I don't want to do that. Can we just go with minor and just be done with it?
Yeah.
So we're doing that. And then when we get there, because we've upgraded our visit, we have our own check-in desk, and we are immediately promptly greeted with a cocktail.
Wow.
And we get room service. We get breakfast room service the next day.
That's awesome.
Paula, it's amazing. I said, and they take us to the airport as well when we're done with our weekend. They take us back. So we don't have to Uber to and from the airport. It is such a relief to me that I don't have to stand there and search for some vehicle or taxi to get us to the hotel. I know it's not a big town, and I know that it's very close to the strip where the airport is. It's super close. But I stress about that stuff. I really, really do. I almost thought about having Daryl just come with us so he could do it all.
You're ridiculous.
I know, but I told Daryl.
What do you need? A personal assistant?
Well, would that be so terrible? I told Daryl that last night. I said, yeah, or before we upgraded to get the trip to and from the airport, I said, I'm kind of stressed. And he goes, you have the Uber app, right? I go, yeah, I do. He goes, well, you know how to use it? I go, Paula knows how to use Uber. We'll be fine. He's like, I don't trust her.
I just updated mine last night.
Okay. And I said, well, what do you mean you don't trust? He goes, well, I don't know. And I said, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be all right. We're
not total cavemen.
No, well, we're not idiots. It's just that we don't have to do it all the time. We're cute. We get by. We really don't have to do much. Just stand there and look helpless, and then suddenly we have a lot of help. That's pretty much how it works sometimes. And hey, I'm not ashamed of it. So I get where I need to go, and I get what I need done, however that works. But I am capable.
We'll use it for as long as it works.
That's right. Pretty soon I'll be old, and they'll feel sorry for me. They'll be like, oh, that poor senior citizen.
Yeah,
help her. Honey, help her. That'll be me. Then we'll
start using our wheelchairs.
I know. So, planning. I still need some shoes.
I just ordered shoes.
Oh, you did? See, I'm afraid. So I'm going to a store to try them on because I don't want to wear shoes that kill me. So I'm getting some shoes. Well, I guess I have to do it today. So I have to.
I went and looked at shoes, and the only place that had decent shoes was like DSW. Okay. And I'm like, I'm not paying $60 for a pair of shoes I'm probably only going to wear once. So
I'm with you. There's a couple of options here. My concern really isn't the places to choose from or the price. It is comfort level, because I know we're going to end up walking around on Friday, and I don't want to be wearing super cute shoes that I look like I'm a baby deer because I can't walk.
I'm bringing my flip-flops.
Oh, so you're going to have a clutch big enough to carry those.
Well, yeah, I'm going to have to, huh?
Yeah, so shoes, I think I've got the 2 outfits that I want to wear when we go out on Friday and Saturday night. Other than that, I kind of just want to wing it and see what happens. I did make a reservation for one fancy dinner on Saturday because I do want to do one fancy dinner.
Yeah.
With you. And then other than that, it's kind of up in the air. So I kind of like it that way. I don't like over-planned trips, personally.
Yeah. Well, I completely forgot about daytime wear, basically.
Oh, like jeans and yoga pants and stuff.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, well, that's a whole nother slew of outfits. So,
well, I think I'm going to keep it simple when it comes to daytime wear. The weather is going to be the high, which means around 4 or 5 o'clock, is 77.
Okay.
So I'm thinking jeans and whatever is going to be more than appropriate. And those casinos, they're either really, really cold or really, really humid. It just depends. Yeah. And I think we're going to do a lot of walking around during the day.
Probably.
Yeah, because there's a lot to see. I think we're going to have a good time. I really do. And I'm looking forward to the evenings, of course. But, because, I don't know, during the day, Vegas on the Strip, it's a very different place.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not planning on going to the pool or anything like that.
No, although we do have access to it, and it's beautiful. It's huge, and it's in the middle of the building. It's not down below; it's mid-level.
Oh,
yeah,
it's indoor.
No, but it's not on the bottom floor.
That's weird.
Nah, it's kind of common, I think, in Vegas to have in the middle of the skyscraper, the pool area. And then because of the level we're staying at, we have our own private lounge for cocktails every day between 3 and 7.
Wow.
And there's food and everything, and we just have full access to it. In fact, what I really like about the Aria, which is one of the reasons I really want to stay there, is that the level we're at, there's a security guard, and you can only get there with your card. Nobody can just wander in and go up the elevator.
Good.
You have to show your ID and security. Your card to a security person, and who will then allow you into the hallway to the elevator, which I really like.
I'll probably just be looking at him nervous.
like, I really belong here.
We really do belong here.
I just think it's a nice safety factor because, I know that the three of you guys, you and our other two sisters went to Vegas some years ago and had a great time and nobody was date raped or kidnapped, but you just never know.
Oh God, and we stayed at the shadiest hotel on the Strip practically.
You did?
We stayed at the Stratosphere.
Oh, does that even exist?
Yeah, that's where they have that crazy roller coaster at the top, and then they have that one now where it just basically the cart goes down the end and stops, and so it goes off the edge of the thing, and you're in like a glass case, and I'm just like, why would you want to do that?
I don't know. I like roller coasters, but I don't like that kind of thing.
I don't want to be flung to my death.
No, because you know what? Things with like that is you probably wouldn't die right away. So
You'd be falling.
Yeah, that would not be good. I would be like, God damn it, I'm dying in Vegas. I'm going to land on some fat fuck down by the M&M store. Awesome. What a way to go.
Yeah, it's the same thing with people with whose parachutes don't work. You know they didn't die midair.
Yeah.
So.
Well, as Mom always said, she goes, if I was ever forced to do that, she goes, I'd be dead the second I hit the air because I would have a heart attack. Because she's so terrified of heights.
I'd probably be one of the people that would pass out, probably.
He'd be like those hilarious videos.
I would. Yeah, the one. And then my dentures.
Like, help her! Someone snag her! She's just free falling and has no idea what's going on.
My dentures would fly out of my mouth.
That would be funny, but it would be sad because you would be dead.
I actually wound up buying a new dress because the gold dress that I got, it was supposed to be like silvery goldish pink.
Yes.
And it's just like bright gold.
Oh, it's yellow?
Almost like copper.
Wow.
And I was just like, this is nothing like the picture.
Are you going to bring it?
No.
Oh, did you return it?
Return it.
Oh,
and
good.
So I asked Olivia, I'm like, what do you think of this? She's like, I'm not trying to be mean, but I think it's kind of ugly.
You know what, Olivia Grace? I've had enough of your lip.
I told her she has to stop doing that.
It's not okay. Get a podcast if you want to say whatever you want.
Exactly. I told her she had to stop doing that.
I'm like, do you criticize your teacher's outfits every day? She goes, I'm not really feeling this long skirt, Mrs. Smith.
No, but she is the class tattletale.
Oh, that's not going to go well. You know what they say about snitches. They get stitches.
Yeah, I know. And so I told her, I said, why is it bothering you that he is playing with his jacket and that you feel the need to tell the teacher? She's like, it's distracting me. I'm like, is it really distracting you? Or is it just kind of bugging you, but you could probably ignore it and still take your test?
Oh.
She's like, well, it was bugging me and he wasn't taking his test. And I'm like, it doesn't matter what he's doing.
You know what I would say? I'd be like, you know what, Olivia, you're going to learn this really fast, that everybody lives their own life and no one gives a crap about what you think. Just learn now because you're going to save yourself years of frustration.
We're working on the tattletaling. But
wow. Yeah. Honestly, the teacher's like, Olivia, I'm aware of it. I see everything. Please return to your desk. You're distracting me.
Well, and that's what she said is she's like, the teacher was on the other side of the room and she wasn't even looking.
She doesn't care, Olivia. God. Oh, you know what? They are. What grade is she in?
Third.
Okay. Second grade, they're wiggle worms. But, I'm telling you, until they hit puberty, they're annoying. They're really annoying. Little girls are super annoying at this age because they're articulate, they are very aware, and it is what it is. And I don't recall ever liking any of my kids when they were 8 and 9 years old. I mean, I love them always, forever,
right.
But just that development part, I just was like, God, you're really annoying me. So anyway, all right. So we're going to make it. We're going to Vegas. We're going to get there.
I'm going to have the largest suitcase ever. Are you putting your dresses in a like a fabric bag or whatever they call those things?
No.
I'm just going to put them in your suitcase?
Yes. It was funny because I showed Daryl one of the dresses you're bringing. Did you get both of them, by the way?
I got both of them.
And do you like the second one you purchased?
The blue one? Yes.
Okay, good. And so I said, so these are the dresses she's bringing. And I go, I'm afraid I'm not as shiny as she is. And he goes, well, is this the fishing lure dress? And I go, yeah. I go, it's a little bright, but not in a bad way. It's just, it's Vegas. It's total Vegas. I said, but now I'm starting to second guess my first outfit because there's nothing shiny on it. And so I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I said, I think it's going to have to be the jewelry. I'm just going to have to get fancy jewelry, jewelry that's bright and pretty, because I don't have anything. I'm so simple. But the second night I have a blingy skirt, so I think I'll look fine.
I just like shiny things.
I know you
sequins.
do.
I don't know why.
Because you're you, and it looks good on you.
But you know what I did buy, and you're gonna laugh at me when we get there.
What?
I bought one of those bra that just suction cups to your boobs, and then you tie the string in the middle.
Oh, you did get one? Does it work?
I don't know. It's going to arrive tomorrow. So,
well, I hope it doesn't just fall off.
Well, me too, because that would be embarrassing. Just fall off between my legs, and I'd probably walk away as fast as I could.
Like,
just leave it on the floor.
Okay, someone's gonna walk by and go, "Oh, it's one of those tie bras that doesn't work that everyone finds out when they buy it."
And then they talk about it.
And then they're like, casualty on the gambling floor. Yeah. Like, there's a woman walking around with no bra on. Find her.
No bra on the blue dress. It doesn't look bad, but I mean, I would prefer a little perk because it's a little baggy.
It's a little loose. Understandable. Okay, so speaking of costumes, Halloween is here. So you said you have some Halloween traditions you guys do?
Well, usually we decorate the yard. We have like these little things that stand. Nothing scary. We don't do scary things.
Right.
We set up our little light up pumpkins and all that stuff. But the problem is I don't know where all the stuff is.
Oh.
And so it could be in the garage somewhere, or it might be in like a box, like put up somewhere. And so if we don't get the opportunity to decorate, then we will just have to rely on the porch light. Now, the porch light is one of those tall halogen lights, like up in the roof, like of the porch.
Yes.
And it's burnt out.
Oh, so you guys are going to look like you're not handing out candy.
And so I don't want to be that person. And so I keep telling him, like, I told Victor like 5 times, I'm like, the porch light is burnt out and I can't do it. I can't stand on a ladder.
No.
And even if I did, I wouldn't be tall enough.
Well, you guys are going to have to do something.
That's where a neighbor would come out and be like, do you need some help?
And see, that's what I'm saying. Nature always finds a way when it comes to our needs.
Fall off and crack my skull.
Yeah, I could have some help. I'm the decoration this year.
Yeah.
Now, is Ryan going to trick or treat this year?
He's still on the fence. I mean, he says he's going to stay back with me.
Oh.
And he's still dressing up.
Okay.
He's dressing up in his dad's old army uniform.
Right.
They were polishing boots last night. His dad had him doing it like, the official way.
Okay. You know what? It ends after Halloween.
That's what I told him. I said, Ryan, I'm like, I want you to look at yourself. I want you to realize this is a costume.
Yeah,
That's
is not
all
your
that
life.
it is. So he said that I don't think he feels comfortable trick-or-treating. So
Okay.
he's going to stay back with me. So that means Victor will take Olivia out around the neighborhood with her pillowcase.
Cute.
And, well, actually, she needs a basket. We're probably not going to have time to get the basket, though.
Yeah.
Because she's Little Red Riding Hood, and she's supposed to have a basket of cookies or something.
Right.
So we still have to buy candy. Did you guys buy candy yet?
Well, that's what I wanted to tell you.
Uh-oh.
I wish we didn't live so far away because we bought 90 full-size candy bars.
90?
Yes, we bought full-size bars plus a bag of minis. Of mini Sour Patch Kid type stuff, nerds and things like that.
Like just in case.
Just in case, because, 2 sets of kids get full-size bars and word travels fast. And so I said, this happened to us last year. We actually ran out of full-size bars last year. So Daryl's like, don't you think that's a little too much? I'm like, Costco makes everything so goddamn cheap that you're like, well, let's just get, you can only buy 4, so you can only buy 120 bars at a time. So let's just buy 3, and then we'll get a big bag of the miniature Skittles and Starbursts. And he's like, okay. So, of course, within minutes of returning home, the mini bag has been broken into and been rifled through, and there's wrappers everywhere. Of course, because I love Starburst. So I have been pilfering an occasional Starburst. And I said, okay, this is ridiculous. Why do we, it's like the first bag, it's like we know deep down the bag is for us. You know, it's
Sure.
just the worst. So hopefully we clear them out because the full sizes are the cream of the crop.
Right. Are they just Hershey bars? Or what are they?
Kit Kats, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Three Musketeers, Milky Ways, M&Ms, full-size Snickers, full-size Starburst. They had them all. There was 30 bars or 30 full-size pieces of candy for $13.
Wow, that's really good.
So I got 3. He's like, "Why are you, that's like $100. That's like 100 bars."
Yeah.
And I said, we bought 60 last year and we ran out like within the first hour. I said, because word travels. In fact, when we were at when we were at Costco checking out, they had some derelict packing our shit. And he's like, "Oh, well, it's going to be a big night at your house," because we had the full-size bars. And then dead serious, he looks Daryl dead in the eye and he goes, "So do you live over at the Anatolias? Is that where you guys are?" Like he was already calculating where to go for his
What
children to get these
weirdo.
Daryl didn't even answer him.
I would have been like, yes.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And I said, he was asking you where we lived. He goes, "Yeah, I didn't hear that." And we just kept walking.
That's weird.
It was weird.
We haven't bought any candy yet, and I can't remember because last year was our first Halloween, and I want to say we went somewhere else. Did we come to your house?
No, last year you went trick-or-treating because you were Poison Ivy.
Yeah, but I didn't wear that costume because I tried it on and I looked like Poison Worm. And
You two look like a Richard Scary Worm.
oh my God, I look like a caterpillar.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
God, I looked like the caterpillar from A Bug's Life.
You all look like ants. That was you. That was you.
Yeah, basically.
You're all so small. Yeah, and I am not.
So,
That's funny.
I want to say we weren't home, but I don't remember. And so we're not sure what, the activity is in this neighborhood. So I guess we'll just buy 4 bags and see what happens. Our old house, we used to go through 8 bags. It was ridiculous.
I have friends who live in the newer suburban areas of the Roseville, Rockland area, which is where I know you would love to live one day.
Yes.
They go through 100 pounds of candy.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they go through. It's an investment. I mean, and sometimes I've heard of them coordinating, okay, we're going to hand out chocolate. You guys hand out the Sour Patch Kids. You guys hand out Skittles. They will literally coordinate who's handing out what.
Wow.
Because kids go to that neighborhood knowing there's 100 safe homes to go down. They can literally take their kid from any other neighborhood, go to this neighborhood, do 60 houses, and they will have, plenty of candy, and they're all safe because it's so brightly lit,
Right.
Okay, so before I read you Halloween and Awkward Moments. Mm-hmm. So the house that shares our lane across the way, remember I told you it went up for rent?
Yeah.
Because the people that live there moved. And what we found out is he actually owns several homes. And he decided to move out of this one because his kids were like, you need to move closer to us. We're like, he's older, but he's really not. I mean, he's fine, but they just miss him and they want him closer. So he moved to one of his closer properties to his children and grandchildren. So he sold this one. Some investor bought it and immediately flipped it for rent.
Uh-huh.
And you know how much the rent was because I told you.
Yeah.
It couldn't be some loser. It was going to be someone probably who works in the city and just needs, a place to rent until they buy or whatever. So we weren't too worried about the level of person that was going to rent the house. So Malia came in and she said, "Well, I met the new neighbors." And I said, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, it is 2 women who are both going through a divorce.
Oh.
So they're moving in together."
It's like Laverne and Shirley. Kind
or something.
of.
Ginger is the friendly one, apparently. And the other one who is still depressed because she's going through a divorce. I can't remember. I don't know her name. I have not met them yet. So Malia knows one of the boys that goes to her school. And I said, well, is he cute or what? And she's like, no, he kind of just exists. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. So Daryl we had gone away for a night, and Daryl came home and he was doing some stuff outside, and she immediately comes over and introduces herself to Daryl. I'm Ginger, and I'm going through a divorce, and blah, blah, blah. And Daryl thinks that she's making it very clear that these two women are not a couple.
Right.
I think it seems that she's really trying to make that very crystal clear. And I said, how clear is she making it to you? And I go, what does she look like? And he goes, I don't know. She's kind of homely. And I'm like, uh-huh. So did she ask you to do anything? Like, did she ask you to move something for her?
Did she ask you to have sex with her?
I said, she's introduced herself to my child and to my husband, and not me. And I go outside too. It's not like I don't, but she's conveniently never available apparently when I go out there. And so, of course, now my family is uncomfortable because they're nervous because they know I haven't met them yet.
You're so ridiculous. Why don't you bake them a pie?
A poo pie? Eat it!
And you could say, well, I heard there was a new couple in the neighborhood, so I just wanted to...
All I know is I said, she seems to be quite friendly. And I said, well, she hasn't met me yet. So we'll see how friendly she truly is. She's not going to like me. I already know she's not going to like me.
It's true.
I know. And I said, you and I, and he's laughing nervously. I go, because she's not going to like me. She's going to be afraid or intimidated or like, that woman, her husband is so nice. I just don't understand.
How does he put up with her?
Hi, I'm Ginger. I'm heterosexual. I'm going through a divorce. We'll see.
What is this, like an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting?
I'm immediately defensive because I don't like her outward necessity to indicate her situation. And she's like, oh, I know, I'm really happy about it. And her kids are there. And I'm like, you could try to refrain your joy that you are free of this apparently hun of a man. But, these are his children. Could you not be so horrible?
I'm kind of with Daryl or whoever said that she's trying to, avoid or try and rid herself of the stereotype that she might be in a relationship with her roommate.
Understood. And I totally get it. I do.
Because that's one stink you don't want to have if you're a heterosexual female.
And then I said, well, that explains how they were able to afford this huge house.
Yeah. If you split that in half, that's, cheaper than an apartment.
Yes. So I went, well, I mean, really, if there were BFFs or something, or maybe something happened, I mean, I think it's fine. I don't judge anybody for that. I mean, do whatever you got to do to start your life over. I just think, I don't know. And she's
it's probably nerve-wracking because also your neighborhood is so small that, word travels fast.
And she doesn't know anything about the neighborhood. What if we're all like the kind of people that hang out in the court every weekend and drink or, have coffee?
Exactly. Or everybody talks or something like that.
We do.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, we do.
Are you talk to your neighbors?
Those retired people love to dish. We know all the gossip.
Oh, so they're going to love this one.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun. Super fun. So I'll be like, Carol, did you meet Ginger? She'd be like, oh, yes, I did.
And her friend?
And she'll be like, by the way, if she hasn't told you, Ginger's not gay. I'll be like, I know. So she says.
That is so funny.
I know. Anyway, so I'll keep you posted. I'm sure I'll be meeting Ginger soon.
Yeah.
I'll let you know all about it. I don't know why I don't like meeting new people. I don't know. Why am I such a bitch? I don't get it. I don't understand myself. This is why my friends are my sisters. Literally, I only have friends that are related to me and they're required to love me.
Yeah. Like every time I see those posts on Facebook, like I have a small circle of friends. I'm like, so do I, but I'm related to them.
And that's all I have.
Like outside of that, I don't really have anything.
It's really rare when someone can see through me and say, you're not really that big of a bitch. I mean, you are, but so am I. And the thing is, I can't really be friends with people who are real bitches because then I won't like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if someone has a bad heart, that's just...
I think we have good hearts.
No, we do.
We're just really salty. We always assume the worst immediately. And then it takes time for us to go, well, maybe they're not so bad. You know what I mean?
Maybe my heart is just not thoroughly black. It's just like it's like gray.
We're damaged, I think, too.
That's probably true.
Yeah. So we assume that everyone's terrible until they prove otherwise.
Well, we have to.
We have no choice. You've left us no choice, parents.
Yeah, really.
By the way, I did tell you briefly, if you're curious, we are in the 2019 Awkward Family Photos Daily Calendar. You can get them on Amazon. You can go through the Ugly Truth website and shop. We have a link right there on the front page, and you can click it and buy it. They're $10. I bought one for our mom. She came over impromptu, I told you.
Yeah.
And I said, Mom, this is for you. She goes, oh, this is hilarious. And I said, go to October 7th. She's like, oh, all right. So she goes to October 7th and she starts to cry. And I said, why are you crying? She goes, I don't even remember this photo. She starts caressing our faces.
Aww.
I know. And I was like, okay, this isn't going exactly the way I expected. But she goes, Jamie, I don't remember this picture. I don't remember you guys taking this. And I said,
well, we don't either.
Yeah, we don't either. And she said, why did they call it Supercuts? And I said, well, take a look at it, Mom. What do we have in common here?
Look at our bangs.
Look at us. We all have these thick 5-inch thick bangs that are like from the top of our head down to our eyebrows. That was the style. She goes, you know who did that? EJ's Little People.
That's true. We've been going. Is that still around?
It is.
Oh my gosh.
You can, if you want to get your Dorothy Hamill wedge cut, go to EJ's.
They still have the bowl available.
They do. The bowl is on the shelf. You just ask them and they'll do it for you. Yeah,
Jeez.
It's true. Anyway, so she thought it was amazing and hilarious, and she couldn't wait to start using the calendar. So
Aw, that's cute.
it was cute. Okay, Halloween and Awkward Moments of the Week. This is the Kids in Costumes edition. By the way, before I do that, in reference to trick-or-treating and how Ryan's probably not going to go, there are states in the eastern southern part of the country where it's against the law for teenagers to go trick-or-treating.
I don't think that's a terrible thing, to be perfectly honest.
If they get caught trick-or-treating and they're over the age of 11...
11?
Their parents can be fined $1,000, and if it's really egregious, 6 months in jail.
Wow. Well,
They're not kidding around.
I don't disagree with that, because all the years that we've been taking the kids trick-or-treating, there's always some like creep punk wearing like the scariest mask you can find.
Yes.
And all they're doing is running around on their bikes and trying to like torment little kids.
Yes. And I think that's what they're trying to prevent.
And it pisses me off. And then one drove past me and he sniffed my ear.
What?
Of course, this is when my in-laws were visiting.
Of course.
But of course, that just goes to the wayside, because when someone's just, I don't know.
Well,
I don't even know how to explain it.
I
just
can
get
explain it
into
for you.
primal mode. I'm like, hey, motherfucker! And so I started screaming.
I can't even think of the violence that I would create
He's
if
lucky
someone
he was
did that
on
to
a
me.
bike. Otherwise, I would have chased him.
Oh, I would have too. And that's when you bring those baby bats that they used to give away at the ball games.
Yeah.
And you take those and you throw it and it hits them because it's wood and it's really hard and it can hit him anywhere and it's going to hurt.
Oh my gosh. I let Ryan watch an old scary movie. Do you remember the movie The Silver Bullet with...
It's one of my most favorite Stephen King movies of all time.
I let him watch it the other day.
It's so good.
He loved it.
He should. It's great. You got to
Yeah.
Are you going to let him watch Pet Sematary next?
I don't know.
Oh, Paula,
I mean,
you have to.
when they're on TV and I record them, they're like censored enough to where I'll usually let him watch them.
Paula, I need you to wake up and recognize that your son is 13 and that he doesn't need censored movies.
I'm not letting him watch rated R movies.
Those aren't rated R.
They both are.
Why?
I don't know.
Exactly. It's probably not language or nudity. I'm not saying you need to let him watch sex scenes, but I mean, it's horror films. That's
Yeah.
different. It's different. If he wants to be really scared, he needs to watch the new It.
No way.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's fun. It's a Stephen King film. It's great.
I'm sure it is, but that's creepy.
Yeah, it's the whole point of a scary movie. It's really
I let
fun.
him watch Arachnophobia, and he was terrified for a week.
Well, that's because spiders are real, and it is a terrifying movie. Did I tell you about the time a few weeks ago I was taking a shower and a giant spider came up the wall from the bathtub out of nowhere? I was so scared.
You were in the shower.
No, but it was like I was literally separated by a pane of glass. That was it.
Was it climbing up the pane of glass?
I called Daryl, who was downstairs. I called Daryl because I listen to podcasts and stuff. Okay, this is really funny. I can't believe I'm saying this. There is a podcast I listen to that's extremely far conservative Republican podcast that I listen to. I love it.
Rush Limbaugh?
No. It's Ben Shapiro. But I can only listen to him when I'm taking a shower.
That's interesting. So you can wash the sins off your body.
Yes, so I can stay clean. It is very weird. I really can only tolerate it if I'm showering. And I know there's something to that, but I don't want to get into that now.
Okay.
I was listening, so I had the phone in the shower with me. And the spider is climbing up rapidly, and it was big. It was not one of my normal little tiny ones where I go, get it! It was a big one, and I was terrified. And so I called Daryl. He was on a conference call, and he flips over. He goes, what's the matter? Did you fall in the shower or something? And I'm like, there's a spider! You gotta get him out! And he's like, okay, hold on. So he comes upstairs. I go, hey! It was like arachnophobia, this thing. And I go, it was big, right? He goes, yeah, that one was big. I'm like, okay, I'm not overreacting. He goes, no, that was a big one. I said, what was I going to do if it jumped in here? He goes, well, I don't know, but it's over.
Well, I would have run naked and wet somewhere.
I just couldn't do it. He's like, enjoy your conservative boyfriend in the shower, and he walks out. It's really funny. Anyway, okay. Halloween costumes and kids. I have 4. The first one is, this is something, if we trick-or-treated when we were youngsters, this is something that would happen to one of us.
Okay.
While running from one house to the next in the darkness, my 4-year-old tripped over a squirrel and killed it.
What?
Yes. She was running. She tripped over a squirrel and killed it.
How does that even happen?
There are so many dead squirrels in the road right now because they're getting ready for winter. Jeez. They're always out and about. And I would not be surprised. Do you know how many squirrels I've killed in 2 years? It's just, 6.
I've killed one squirrel in my whole life. And I pulled over and I started crying.
I cry every time, and I've killed several. It's not fun. I don't like it. This one, my kid refused to leave my neighbor's doorstep because she was dressed as Harley Quinn, and our neighbor was dressed as Catwoman, and according to her, they belong together. Which is really cute.
That is cute.
This one made me laugh. My kid wanted to be Batman. He looked in the mirror while he had his costume on and started crying because he was afraid of himself. I could see that happening.
That's funny.
And this is something, well, I don't know if Olivia would take it this far, but this is something that one of our children would do to us. I put my 3-year-old son in his frog costume, and he cried the entire night. Later, on the way home from trick-or-treating, he said I would never make him be a frog again, and he promptly proceeded to poop in his costume.
Oh my gosh.
I think he made his point.
Well, who wants to be a frog?
I don't know. No one. No 3-year-old boy wants to be a frog.
You gotta let your kids, pick what they want to be.
Here's my guess. My guess is the mom was princess, and he was the frog.
Oh, I got what you're saying.
I saw the cutest Halloween costume online the other day. It was a dad and his little child. It didn't matter if it was a boy or a girl. He was dressed as a chef, and the baby was dressed as Ratatouille. Mm-hmm. It was so cute.
That is really cute.
It was so cute. I'm like, this should be something more. I've never seen this before. It looks so good.
That is a good costume.
And it was the cutest little mouse, too. He or she was just, oh my God, just so cute. And he had the baby on his shoulder, because Ratatouille uses his hair to move him around.
Right.
It was just adorable. It was so cute.
That is cute.
I loved it.
Olivia and I watched a slideshow of babies in their costumes the other night.
I love that stuff so much.
I know. I was making all sorts of noises, and she's like, "Mom, are you okay?"
You're like, it's like porn for moms. It is. It's just so much good. It's just so scrumptious. They're just so cute.
I know, babies are so cute.
I love it. Anyway, so that's it. Those are the stories of kids in their costumes. Everybody's got stories.
Yes.
About their Halloween costumes and whatnot. But those are the ones that I wanted to share for our Hugly and Awkward Moment people, because there are a lot of Hugly and Awkward Moments out there. You can submit some too. You can use our social media or our website, uglytruth.com, and submit your Hugly and Awkward Moments. And I'm sure you and I will have some ugly and awkward moments in Vegas.
Oh, plenty.
I will. I know I will.
Fingers crossed that I don't, but
Paula, we're out in public in a foreign land. I mean,
in a foreign land.
For us.
It is true. We'll be wearing tall shoes. I mean, what more could you expect?
I don't know. I might bring a cane just so I don't fall over.
True point. So, all right. Well, I think that's a wrap for today. Thanks everybody for listening. We will see you on Sunday.
Yes.
We will actually be out of town, so we'll be recapping our show, telling you all about our Las Vegas adventures. So be sure to tune in. Talk to you later, friends. Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap. Thanks for listening and sharing the show. See you next time on The Ugly Truth.